Oh, let's kick off with a new ad from Smith's Chips that is just like their best flavour, original. Oh, I like this part. Joy is a simple recipe, which is great advice from the company that makes double crunch, 2 times crunch, Mad Max hot sauce flavour. I love those dogs too. They could sell anything.
Everybody's hobbling.
What? You like that?
Yeah, he likes it.
Liana, is this a recipe for joy?
I mean, I really loved it the first time that I watched it because I love dogs. I would like to have that many dogs. I would like to be on that kind of road trip with those dogs. I think the 3-word construct is really nice, but I feel like it's really hard to not think about Cadbury, and maybe I'm way too indoctrinated in their previous Joy platform, but I think of the gorilla, and that really took me out of it. But as a consumer, I loved it. I feel like life is really hard right now. The news is not that joyful, and just seeing something a little bit silly, a little bit playful, and I could imagine myself in that car felt nice.
I think it's really rare to see animals in food commercials, so I really enjoyed that difference because normally they want you to show usage, they want to see your reaction and go, wow, they really enjoy the product. Interestingly, with Smiths, they primarily target something what they call crave crunchers, which are 18 to 34-year-olds. They're active, they're adventurous. But if you overlay that with the information in Australia around pet ownership, actually 80% of pets are owned by that demographic as well. So whether they're being strategic or it was just, let's use some really cute dogs, I actually think this is a real winning strategy to launch with, because there's other ads that fall off this. But I think to start with, this is the winner.
So it's interesting you say that, Lauren, because that's the reason I struggle with the ad, is having a dog in a crisps ad. And we use dogs because or cute animals, because they create emotion, and we want, that's an associative strategy, so we're trying to say, oh, you love dogs, they're so cute, therefore you love these chips. But they kind of lose me with the product. So the execution that says dogs, window, car, I get, but dogs add chips, I don't get.
But do you need to know how good the chips are? Like, how many hundreds of times would you have eaten those before in your life? Like, it's so OG, it's so original. They don't need to remind us.
They're like, tell us about these plain chips of yours.
Oh, they're good. They've come back into my life recently, and I'm so happy about it.
I also feed my dog the occasional chip, so I feel like if one drops, I'm sharing. So for me, I wasn't perturbed by the dogs being there. I think they enjoy them just
the
as much.
vet put a chip in my dog. When they gave it the vaccine. Russell, you must love this.
Well, it turns out advertising's easy, doesn't it? Well, you just get dogs, put them in a car, have an awesome soundtrack, say it's all about joy, and away you go. I mean, really, this is about as easy as it gets when it comes to the creation of advertising. It's not going to make any difference at all, I would think, to the sales line of Smiths. But why not, when you're as big as they are, just spend the time just giving us something to look at. The only thing I wish they hadn't have done is the opening shot, we have a pack shot.
Yeah.
And as a result, we all know we're about to see a Smith's Crisps commercial. Now, advertising really at its best doesn't do that. Advertising at its best doesn't sort of reveal, here's the brand, because you know what? Oh, here comes the Smiths ad. I don't really want to watch a Smiths ad, I'll use the remote control. It should tease us into it. And if it teases us into it, maybe I can see a chip, I just don't want to see the pack, Will.
Well, Russell, you're seeing 4 dogs at the same time. That is a pack.
I think that works in a TV scenario, though, when you're doing that kind of buy or cinema. But if they're running those assets, which I assume they will be on social media, that first 3 seconds is imperative. We know people aren't going to watch very much of it. They might get to the first dog and hang around. So I think, the execution could probably have been tweaked.
Well, it's quite funny with this ad because it is playing online on streamers, advertising online and roll-ins on social media, but they're not playing it on traditional free-to-air television.
No, that's right.
Am I the only one that thinks it's an overreach?
Yeah.
Like Smith's Crisps inspires joy?
Of course they do.
Yeah.
Aren't they a joy?
Aren't they? Come on, Todd.
Look at you, mister. I've never enjoyed a crisp.
I was happy happy for a lot of reasons about this ad. Like, I really did go, I'm happy that there's something different for me to look at. I think it's really hard to maintain legacy, and this is nearly a 100-year-old company, while you're trying to modernise and talk to a younger audience. And they were able to achieve that. That music's from before I was born. I'm pretty young, but it's from the 70s. Stop it. And the car's from the same era. But I felt it was like a cool ad that crossed generations. I just feel like they really nailed it, and that's really hard to get when you're talking to my age group, 18-year-olds. Like, it's pretty broad.
Yeah.
So I think they did nail that. I liked that.